When you think about it,
Are you coming home?
I'll be there when you wake up.
half the trips the world takes are trips home.
I'll call you soon, Dad.
It's the feeling we all eventually long to get back to. No matter what took us away to begin with, we know. Because at Delta, we're travelers, just like you. Which is why we try to make you feel at home long before you even get there.
It's Sunday at the Masters, and what a glorious day it is. The sun is shining down on Augusta National as the coveted green jacket awaits one man at the end of today. There's a buzz in the air, and the patrons couldn't be more excited, especially one in particular.
All right, it's Sunday. It's 6:50. We are at the North Gate. What time did you get here?
4:30.
4?
3:15.
3:15. What time? What'd you get?
1:15.
1:15. Who do we have winning the green jacket today? Are there any Brysoners out there? One. There's one. I see one. Shoulders out over the knees, long strides. This is really the motion that we're looking at right there.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Is everyone ready to have a great day? Yeah. Come on in. Welcome.
That looks like running. That looks like running.
The U.S. mid-air. Yeah, once the guy in the jacket starts moving.
It's the fastest kid alive. I'll take this outside. We're here, hole 18, Sunday at the Masters.
That's so awesome, Roger. Fist bump, leave me hanging.
Oh, Hally.
Welcome in to Mornings at the Masters, presented by Delta Airlines. I'm Hally Leadbetter alongside Roger Steele. Roger, you clearly had a very busy morning.
Yes, I did, Hally. You know, what would Masters Sunday be without, you know, the tradition of the chair placement? And I wanted to go get front row seats and, you know, literally and figuratively and see how that whole process went down. Somebody there at 1:15 in the morning. And let me tell you, these power walking techniques are advanced. It is not the power walking of yesterday. People have long strides. There's like these mini hovers in it. I mean, to move so fast and not run is an art that I am not that good at. And I found out that I am not the patron that I thought I was.
All right.
There are people that are intense out there.
Well, if we're lucky enough to get invited back next year, you're gonna have to train. We'll time you and see if you can do better.
I need that. I need it.
In 2026. Well, the final round gets underway here in just 40 minutes. So hang with us for a while, and then you can head on over to Masters.com or the Masters app to watch live golf. But in the meantime, we want to talk about this final round with you guys. So please let us know in the comments what you're thinking. But let's take a look at this leaderboard. Now, if history repeats itself, the champion will come from the final pairing, as this has been the case for the last 8 years, Roger. Incredible.
It is incredible. And, you know, I think that as we look here, I have a deep appreciation for our man at the top of the leaderboard, but I'm feeling a way about Bryson today.
Okay.
I believe that if history does repeat itself, if we look at his 2020 U.S. Open, he was also trailing by 2 in that final round and came back to do the unthinkable. And when I think about it, he's been grinding. He hasn't had his best game, and he's still only 2 shots back. He left the course yesterday. He had a very intense range session. The thing about a mad scientist, which we call Bryson sometimes, is when they tinker with those formulas and they finally get it right, it could get really dangerous. And I'm wondering, did Bryson find it? And the last thing I'll say is that Rory is about to go up against a different beast today. He is a different beast. I don't think that Rory has seen or played in a final group with someone that has this much Patron affinity. And I believe that when Bryson gets on the roll, if he gets the momentum going, he will be able to get the patrons on his side. And I think he'll be using that to jab him a bit. And I'm wondering if Rory has the fortitude to handle the firepower if Bryson has figured things out on the range, and if he does what I think he's capable of with the patrons.
Well, it'll be interesting, Roger, because if it is a two-horse race, I mean, a heavyweight matchup between our U.S. Open champion at Pinehurst and our runner-up, the first time that they have ever played together in a major, the words that come to mind for Rory is redemption, but he keeps talking about resilience, and I think the key for him is to focus on the latter if he wants the former. He needs to stay in his own little bubble. He said it's really important for him to not make this a rematch. However, I think it is going to be difficult. It's been 11 years that he's been looking for the Grand Slam. If he does it today, he would only be the second guy to complete the Grand Slam at Augusta. The first guy to do it was Gene Sarazen 90 years ago. So a lot of pressure. But you know, Roger, I think what's really interesting is the sheer just difference between the two people in the final pairing. And I think that was so apparent in the way that they talked about what their evening routines were going to be like last night. You had Rory, who said he was going to spend some time with his daughter Poppy. He was going to watch Bridgerton. He was going to maybe read a book. And he made it a point to say he definitely was not going to be looking at his phone. And on the flip side, you then have Bryson coming right in, who's saying he's going to go to the range, because like you mentioned, he is tinkering. He's trying to find something. His irons haven't been up to par as much as he'd like them to be. So he's going to be doing that, and then he's going to be watching James Bond. And then he also said, which it sounded like, was this a response to Rory saying that he definitely was not going to be looking at his phone? He said, I definitely will be looking at my phone. I don't have a problem with that. So I thought that was really interesting just to see how different their evenings were going to be.
I'm not going to put words in Bryson's mouth or assume that I understand his intentions, but I think that when he said he's going to be looking at his phone, he doesn't have a problem with that. He's saying he's not afraid of the pressure. I thought that that's what he meant by that. James Bond is a great movie to watch if you're trying to get something done late. And if I had to pick a routine, I'm going with Bryson's. Look, he was driving the ball phenomenally. He's putting it great. If he can figure out his approaches, he only hit 50% of his greens yesterday. He is going to be very, very tough to deal with. And I know some people are in the chat asking if Ludwig is too far back. I want to throw that to you. Is Ludwig too far back?
Yes,
get it done
I think so. I mean, yeah, but if I had to say who potentially could make a run, I do think it would be him, given that this is only his second time playing in the Masters. His first time was last year, and he was runner-up, so he has, literally no scar tissue. He's just going to be firing at pins all day. So if there was a guy to come from six back-ish, I think it would be him. But curious what you guys think. Please, we got a poll coming up. Oh, it's right here. All right. So who will take home the green jacket? Rory, Bryson, or someone else? Let us know.
It's 50% Rory, 50% other. Can somebody tell us who's the other? Are people, okay, it's flipping.
Okay, some people are saying Scotty. I want to give Roger credit here because he did say earlier in the week that Scotty just didn't have his stuff and that he wasn't going to be at the top of the board going into the weekend. And Roger, you were right on that. So I don't know, guys. I just don't know if he's got what it takes right now.
Scotty's sitting at 5 under right now. I believe that 14 under gets it done today.
Okay, I said 16 this morning, I think.
You said 16? Yeah. I just think that, if we're looking at historically low rounds, 64 in the final round is something that...
Changing.
Oh, Bryson is swinging. I knew those YouTubers were going to come around and show love to their king. But I think that if we're looking at 64 as the bar for a low round, and I just don't think that there's... Anybody that's 6, anybody that's 5, they're going to be hard-pressed to get it done, even if they shoot a record-low final round.
All right.
That's the way I feel. Don't forget to keep going in the chat. Let us know what you want to talk about, and we will respond to you live throughout the show.
Let's take a look at our menu of the day, our final menu of the day, Roger. It's so bittersweet. Coming up next, Matt Ryan stops by and explores some Masters moments through special items from the archives.
Plus, I try to get my trivia redemption in the final round of Rewind. Hally, I've been studying.
All right, we'll see. Plus, CBS golf reporter Amanda Balionis swings through the studio to talk us through the final stories in the final round.
And we update you on our fantasy teams and so much more. But first, we paid a visit to Concessions with NFL three-time Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt, to see what we could each buy with only $10.
We're here at Concessions. Roger, JJ, we each have $10 to spend.
Thank you.
Good luck, gentlemen.
What if I just want to keep the $10?
No, you can't keep the $10.
Okay, all right.
Guys, what are we thinking for strategy here?
Well, it's my first time ever.
Yes.
Never been, but I have been told that I need to put a pimento cheese inside of a barbecue pork.
The pimento cube, bro. I've been telling people about this.
So you need a pimento. That costs what? $150.
$150, and I need a
And
barbecue.
then barbecue is how much?
$3.
$3. Okay, and then Roger, what are you going into?
So look, I'm going pimento cube plus the barbecue chips. We put the pimento, all three.
I like this. I like this.
Hally, what are you doing?
I'm doing egg salad.
I need a peach.
Peach ice cream sandwich. Save money for that. I'm doing a tomato pie. This is new this year.
Can I say I'm going to get a beer, or is that against the rules? Because, I mean, I want a crow's nest.
I've got
Pimento cheese,
an egg salad. Wow.
Barbecue,
Chicken salad,
barbecue chips,
ice cream sandwich.
savory tomato pie. And
bottle of water.
I can't tell you how excited I am.
I'm so
I'm
excited.
legitimately very excited. But now you put the barbecue pork on top.
Oh, you guys.
You use this to spread it
I'm
around.
just gonna do chicken salad.
You're witnessing greatness right in front of you, my friend. You're witnessing greatness. Just wait, your mind's about to be blown, big guy.
All right, moment of truth. Oh, crunchy.
That sound just did something for me.
I mean, that's phenomenal. I'm sorry.
Good job.
I think that's the best thing you can eat here. And this is for what, $4?
I really want you to say your appetite. That's gonna melt.
You don't have to worry. One thing you don't have to worry about, big man, is my appetite. That thing's gonna be there. It's gonna show up every day like the sun rises in the morning. Order that. Order that. I have two brothers, so you gotta eat it quick, otherwise it's gone, you know?
All right, which sandwich do you wish you were eating right now? Egg salad, pimento cheese, pork barbecue, or other? Let me see those votes. I have a clear favorite, and I think it should be split between that pimento and that pork BBQ. It's me and JJ Watt. We went and we tried that, and it was just. I think it was our most amazing creation ever.
It was good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't get the egg salad.
You don't.
What? Okay, Matt, thanks for stopping by.
Great show. Thanks for having me on. But, like,
Okay.
I don't get it.
Okay, well, check this out, Matt. We have been counting Roger's sandwich intake all week. Check this out.
That's pretty solid right there. Chicken salad, 9.
In fairness, I've been here since last Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so the chicken salad is up there for me. I enjoy it. Sometimes I took the bread off and I had a low carb. Just,
Okay. You gotta
chicken
keep it
salad
tight.
great.
Man. You gotta keep it tight.
Okay, so now my pimentos and barbecues went hand in hand because, obviously I'm putting those together. The peach ice cream we did decide is a sandwich. Hally has a lactose situation. I was eating half of hers. That's why you
Yeah.
see 0.5
Lactose
there.
issue
Yeah.
The egg salad, I gave it 2 tries because of you. Again, Matt, I'm not a.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You guys are in the minority on that. I'm telling you, it's really good.
Talk me through the classic chicken. You just had one. What,
I tried it. I tried it to spice some things up. I thought there was better things to do.
Okay, understood.
There's no diss to the classic chicken. I know there's some people that are big friends out there.
Yeah.
I had higher priorities.
So when we exit this week and you get back to normal life, how many sandwiches are we having next week? Are you kinda going
no, we're done.
carb
We're
diet?
done.
Salads.
What are we doing? All salads?
All salads.
All right.
I've eaten enough bread probably for the next couple months. All right, joining us now to the set, 2016 NFL MVP and CBS analyst, Matt Ryan. Matt, thanks so much for joining.
Of course, yeah. Are we going to keep talking sandwiches?
We can't ignore these awesome items on the table in front of us. This is so cool. Matt, before we dig in here, curious, what are you most looking forward to about your master experience today?
Oh, man. I've never been to Sunday at the Masters. So I've been to practice rounds. I've been to different tournament rounds, but I've never seen final round action. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting the vibe early, getting out there, walking around, kind of seeing where the pins are, what things look like, what the wind's doing, all that kind of stuff. And then honestly, posting up and finding a good spot to watch so we can catch the action. But I mean, I think this is the best leaderboard, like the best storylines, the best weather that the Masters have had in probably the last 4 or 5 years. So it's going to be fun.
Really exciting.
True clash of the Titans. Okay.
All right, well, our friends at Augusta National have brought up some really, really cool items, some special pieces from the archives for us today. We're going to check these out. Which one should we start with? How about, okay, so this is Ben Hogan's driver, guys. Check that out.
So this is from...
Two-time Masters champion, 1951, 1953.
Look how long the grip is.
Yeah, and like the cording and the grip. I don't know, can you guys check that out? Wow.
Raj, how deep were we taking this one right here?
Probably solid 210.
210?
210 on a good day.
I just...
Wow, look at that face. That's pretty cool. We got it
on the screws.
I have a deep appreciation for what golf was, but I definitely think that I was born in the right era of the game.
Yeah.
Matt, how far do you hit it? I've actually played with you, so I know you hit it very far.
Far is not the problem. Finding it sometimes is the problem, that at least for me. So, yeah, far isn't the issue. This face looks awfully small.
It's so small.
Compared to what I'm currently using, which is much bigger, but really, really cool to see that in person.
Really neat. All right, Raj, what are we looking at next?
Okay, so let's look at these because I just had the experience today. I want to look at these retro Patron chairs.
Uh-oh.
Hold
Are
on.
we missing the back?
You're never going to be invited back.
No, hold on.
No, I think that's meant to come off.
And then does this slide
This
up?
goes up.
Look at us.
Or
Oh,
down?
yeah. Go, that goes up.
Oh,
Watch this, watch this.
There we go,
cool.
guys. There we go.
There you go.
I placed a chair
Wow.
today on 18, and I just...
How cool is this, guys?
These take up a lot less space.
It's incredible. People must have been smaller back then because,
Yeah.
like, honestly, I'm not fitting. I am not fitting on that chair.
After my sandwich experience, I would have done damage.
Yeah, I was going to say. How many chicken salads was it? Nine chicken salads
it's
right
really
there?
cool to see how the chairs have evolved through the years.
Yeah.
I mean, Roger, yours is really cool. They're all just, I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah, vintage. I like
Okay,
that.
how about the badges here? We've got 1975, Raj.
Yep.
Your Jack Nicklaus one.
Yep. And 86.
Also Jack Nicklaus?
So we have two
Getting
Jack
closer.
Nicklaus badges, but some of you may not know that 1975 was the first time that we had a black competitor in the Masters. Lee Elder actually competed in this field when Jack Nicklaus in that year won his 5th green jacket. So that was something that's very special about this badge. For
Little
me.
autograph on
Glad
there,
that they
too.
brought that one up here.
Wow, that is really cool. And then 1986, of course, Raj, we talked about it yesterday.
One of the most historic finishes to the Masters in history. I think still probably top 2 favorite memories from the Masters.
Incredible back 9 from Jack there. So that is really neat. Okay, what else we got here?
I like this bag.
Yeah,
I feel
this
like
is
this is
cool.
retro, but it's also like current.
I mean,
What is
I feel
this?
like this, if this goes missing, I mean, it matches my outfit perfectly.
That's perfect,
doesn't it?
Hally. It's good.
So good.
It's really good. This bag is sweet.
That and the
Very
golf
cool.
shop sells
Let's
out
take a look
instant.
inside. What do we got
What's
in
in
here?
there? Some old. Okay,
Got anything?
Nope,
We got nothing.
Snacks?
We got nothing.
A,
Just
an
a little
old,
an extra strap.
A pimento sandwich.
Yeah, I
from
was going
what
to say.
year? That is
One classic
really,
chicken sandwich that
really
Raj
cool.
didn't eat.
Golf shop. We gotta bring this back. Whoever's in charge of the golf shop, this one would go fast.
I feel like a good head cover.
Okay, so let's talk about
yeah.
let's talk a little bit about strategy today. Where's the first place that you're going when you enter the grounds after we finish the segment?
Yeah, I can't wait to get out of here and get onto the golf course as much as I love being with you guys. But I think for me, I like walking backwards. So going down kind of 18 backwards and kind of seeing that and 17 and then down into 16. That'll be my strategy for the day. Try and steer clear of the first 9 for whatever reason. It's like, okay, I'm good. Masters doesn't start until the tee shot on 10 for the leaders. So I'm looking forward to seeing the backside and kind of taking a look and making sure that I see where the pins are and do that kind of stuff.
Matt, as someone who has a career that's worthy of a golden jacket, I'm curious.
That gold jacket.
That gold jacket. I'm curious, what kind of pressure are these guys under that are going for green jackets?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys talked about it at the opening of the show. It seems like the two guys who are at the top have very different mindsets going into, into today. And I think last night was probably very different for both of them. Seems like to me, Bryson's comfortable and Rory's trying to get out of his own head in different ways. And I'm not saying that's good or bad, right? There's different ways that everybody approaches it. There's different ways that you can be successful. But certainly the comments that were made, it feels like Bryson seems a lot more comfortable with what's going on today than Rory does.
Curious, looking at those two players, who do you find yourself more similar to?
Neither.
Not with a golf.
I feel like the guys who missed the cut, like that's more my game. But
well, just in mindset.
Yeah, mindset. I think I was. Honestly, I think I was more like Rory, where it is, let me find a distraction, let me get out of my own head for a little bit, let me just think about some things outside of, what's going to happen tomorrow. And I think Bryson, my earpiece fell, sorry guys.
That's all right, we got you.
Yeah, I think Bryson is very much, some of the teammates that I play with that are cool with checking and kind of hearing the comments and doing those kind of different things. So I feel like I felt more in that Rory category, but different things work for different people.
And I'll just say one thing on that Bryson confidence piece. I do think that because he does things on the content side now, there is a way to be a showman.
Yeah.
To create the illusion of confidence
for sure.
in some of your answers.
And this is my thing. I'm not saying either one is right or wrong or either person is more confident or less confident. I just think that it's different, your approach to it. And I think sometimes, too, like, just because you're saying all these things doesn't mean you're actually doing them or doesn't mean it's actually working.
That's true. Okay, well, before you leave, I need to get those gloves back.
Yeah, look at
I also
these.
need to get.
How about this size?
I also need to get your pick.
Okay, my pick for today, I think Ludwig has a run in him. I think he's too far back. I think he fires like a low number, somehow gets, somewhere close, but doesn't end up doing it. I think Rory gets it done today.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, people are in the chat are agreeing that Ludwig is going to make a run. Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you out in the course.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
See you guys.
10 physical leaderboards grace the grounds of Augusta National, and they are all manned by volunteers who update the scores by hand. I got to climb way up and give it a try. Take a look at me climbing the leaderboard, presented by Delta Airlines. All right, in my past life, I wanted to be a firefighter, so I guess this is the closest we're gonna get on a golf course. Whew. Hey, Carl.
Hey, Roger, welcome up to 717 Scoreboard.
This is way more complex than I thought it would be back here, and way more people.
Yes, sir.
How does all of this work?
We got a gentleman back there that's on a machine that gives the scores.
Red 2 for Neiman on 12.
He'll call out a new score when one appears. Then one of the scores here will grab a number out of the box, go to that corresponding slot, hole number, location, and put that red or green number in for that person's score at that particular hole.
And then I'd imagine that once you change the numbers, there's big reaction sometime that you get down there, somebody makes a big jump.
Yes, sir. On Sundays, if there's two people neck and neck, it gets pretty exciting up here, and we'll get reactions from the 17 gallery, especially towards the end of that Sunday.
When the next score comes in, can I post a number?
Absolutely. We can get you up there on the ladder and get you a number.
So it shows up here, it'll be highlighted in yellow.
Okay.
And then I'll holler it out.
So we got a green 0 for Xander Schauffele on 2. Man, I feel like I'm a part of the team.
We got a red 3 for Rose on 5.
Oh, that's up top.
From the top.
Red 3, 5, and he's the second.
Second from the top.
Second from the top. Am I clear? Yo, you see me? Watch out.
What year did the cut line start at the Masters?
Hally, who holds the record for the most consecutive cuts made at the Masters?
Not bad, 1957. What if I told you I know this one?
A little bit of redemption?
Oh, Tiger Woods.
Why couldn't I get the Tiger Woods question? She's outguessing me and she's outputting me.
What's
and
next?
She's wearing heels.
Yeah. It was a tough day for Roger on Friday, as you just saw, so we decided to give him a chance for redemption as we play a little final round rewind here at Augusta National Golf Club. Roger, the golf world is getting ready for the final round of this Masters tournament, so let's get into the final round trivia, shall we?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You're first up. All right, here we go. Could you first up, because I'm, giving you the honor because you came in second.
That doesn't make any sense, but let's go.
I was just trying to be nice. Okay, ready?
Yes.
What was the biggest final round comeback in Masters history?
Final round Masters, final round comeback. Oh. Is it Jack Burke?
Jack Burke? You didn't know that.
No, I'm serious.
Someone just said that in your ear.
Nope. I have been researching these things because I do not want to embarrass myself. I know my dad is watching today. I researched.
Yes, you're right. 8 strokes, Jack Burke.
Thank you.
Okay, hit a putt.
Okay, let me see. Come on, man. If I get a question right and make this putt, I think I just win automatically.
Wow, okay. He brought the heat today.
Let's go.
Oh, wait, no, you're going again. You're going again.
All right, come on.
Okay, number 2. The scoring record for the final round in a player's Masters debut is 64. Who shot that 64?
A debut, so their first round at the Masters is 64?
No, it would be their Masters debut. So it was their first time playing in the Masters, but the final round.
I shot a 64. I'm not sure.
David Toms.
David Toms?
Show some respect.
David Toms? Why wouldn't I know David Toms? Okay, if I make the putt, that makes up for me not knowing the answer.
Oh, I thought it was going to lip in.
I feel like we might see a little bit of that today. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Hally. I did pretty good. 50% is not bad. I'm like Bryson's greens in regulation percentage. All right, Hally, it's your turn. Hot seat. 8 players have carded a final round 64. How many of them went on to win this tournament?
Ooh. 8 players carded. I feel like they're doing that when they're not. I feel like it's not many.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing that. You're winning the Masters a little more conservative.
Yeah.
I'm going to say like 3.
No, it's okay. You said 3?
3 players?
Just 1.
1.
Just 1. It was Gary Player, 1970.
Oh, the Black Knight.
The Black Knight.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Make a putt.
So that's
Come
wrong.
on. Let me see if you can make a putt. So look, I got 1 question right and made 1 putt. You have 1 question wrong.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Wow.
All right. This is my chance.
Guys, this green is so hard.
This is my chance. Okay. Who was the last Masters champion who did not enter the final round within the top 2? This is a good one.
It was an Englishman, Danny Willett.
Oh, Danny Willett.
2016. You're a graduated college.
That's a good way to remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, Hally, if you make this putt, we tie.
Okay.
If you miss this putt, you can let your co-host win.
Okay.
Just want to give you the opportunity to know all the information.
All the
right
facts.
There.
Okay, hold on. Get on there. Read it. There we go. Nobody look up my screen. There we go. Inside left. Clutch. Like Rory today is going to be. Exactly.
All right. All right. We're tied.
We're tied. I feel like it's a good way to finish.
It is.
Right?
It is. With me winless, yes.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff, Hally. The final round today is going to be unbelievable. But before we keep looking ahead, let's look back at a crazy Saturday in Augusta with some of the sounds from the 3rd round.
I'm sure it'll be a similar tee time, tomorrow as it was today. So I watched a little bit of Premier League football this morning. And then I actually watched Zootopia with Poppy. Very good movie if anyone's interested. And then by that time, I try to get to the golf course 3.5 hours before I play, and then I feel like those 3 hours when I get here go pretty quick, from locker room up to the gym, warm up, back here, back in the locker room, food, shower, get ready, go to the range. Like, I feel like that 3 hours goes really, really quickly. So it's just that, trying to fill that time between sort of 7 and 10:30 before heading to the golf course. And, thankfully there's some good options, but I think the one thing I've tried to do a good job of this week is just not being on the phone.
For me, it's going to be practicing a little bit before it gets dark, eating, looking at my phone. I don't have a problem with that, and just getting treatment on my body, relaxing as much as possible, watching a movie probably tonight, fun movie. I don't know what's tonight. Oh, it'll probably be a James Bond movie or something like that. That'll be fun. I love James Bond movies. Then after that, tomorrow morning, I'll probably go to bed late and get up around like 10:30 and see how the course is playing and go from there.
I miss you.
When you think about it,
Are you coming home?
I'll be there when you wake up.
half the trips the world takes are trips home.
I'll call you soon, Dad.
It's the feeling we all eventually long to get back to. No matter what took us away to begin with, we know because at Delta we're travelers, just like you, which is why we try to make you feel at home long before you even get there.
Välkomna till Augusta National Golf Club i Georgia. Det är dag 2 och vi får se ett riktigt praktutslag. Rakt upp i luften och rakt ner. Det är lysande. Justin Rose. Det var för högt. Det var för högt.
Det var för högt.
Ja, till och med jag såg det. Det här är ju... Men titta på den! Det är backspin. Homma.
Hela vägen då.
Åh! Och Berg! Nej, jag sa ju att det var svår den där putten.
Ja. Fall.
Bra Berg!
So good. Well, 150 countries and territories broadcast the Masters. That was the Swedish broadcast team. So fun.
You don't even have to understand them to know that we all feel the same way watching those shots.
That is my internal dialogue when I'm watching.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, joining us now is CBS Sports golf reporter Amanda Balionis and my housemate for the week.
Yes.
Lucky her.
I have been saying that all
Lucky
week.
me.
We love the Gals House.
We've been having so much fun. Welcome to
best.
Mornings at the Masters,
Happy
Amanda.
to be here, guys. This is awesome.
This is so much fun.
I feel like I forced my way into this show. I saw the set being set up last week, and I was like, I'm going to need to sit on this stage at some point. This is the cutest set that's ever been.
Well, we're so glad that you did. Amanda, working with the players week in and week out, how special is it to have a front seat when they accomplish their dreams of winning a green jacket?
It's great. I've been out here since 2011. I started as the in-house reporter for the PGA Tour. So I was actually just talking to Harris English about this earlier in the week. It's like, he said, he was like, my rookie year was close to your rookie year. He's like, we've all kind of come up in this together. And it's so meaningful to watch the process, right? And to watch these guys battle adversity, overcome injuries, have to overcome swing changes and self-doubt, all the things that come with being a professional golfer, right? Not an easy sport. And to watch them then accomplish their dreams is one of, I would say, it's so satisfying, right? Scotty Scheffler last year, I did the Champions interview with him for CBS News. It's well after Butler Cabin with Jim Nance. And to be able to talk to him about little boy Scotty Scheffler, who would only wear pants to the golf course starting at 8 years old because he only dreamed about being a professional golfer. And then to be sitting there in that seat with his second green jacket on, like how do you make sense of that? And to watch them really reflect on the journey that started well before any of us ever knew their names, and to accomplish that thing that none of us will ever really be able to understand, it's very cool.
Both of us, we have a pretty, deep positions on who we want to get it done this week.
Interesting.
I just wanted to ask you, you've seen the highs and the lows of what happens here and just in golf in general. Talk to us and talk to everybody watching about what it would mean for Rory to get it done this week right now.
I don't actually know if we're able to frame what this would mean for Rory McIlroy. This is the one for him, right? We've been talking about it for 11 years now, and the scar tissue that he has endured, the heartbreak that he has endured here, the questions he has had to endure. It's so different from other sports because if you're on a football team or a basketball team or a baseball team, if you have a bad game, you can say to a teammate, hey, you take this one for me. There is none of that in golf. Rory has to sit there and take it and absorb the questions and at the same time try to stay out of his own head and not think about all the things that could go wrong because they have gone wrong here in the past. I think that is one of the most daunting things any athlete can face.
And I'm just curious because you've gotten inside of the minds of so many great players. What are some of the things that you think he needs to do today mentally to get it done that past champions have leaned into to get a green jacket?
If he wins, that will be my first question to him. What's the difference? What have you figured out? 11 years since you started this journey. What's the difference between this year and all of those in the previous decade? I'm sure he has an answer. I'm not sure if he would actually share it with us, but I do know I've talked to him often, on the Range show and obviously pre-rounders yesterday on Paramount Plus, and then after his round yesterday. He's been talking to Bob Rotella a lot, obviously the famed mental coach. He's been more open about that, I would say, this week than maybe in years past about that open communication. So I think he has figured out a process and a routine that is very much working for him. And because it has worked on the golf course, he's staying with that same process probably every night, every morning. It's just routine. Hally, you know it as well as I do. These guys are just a little stitious, right? Maybe not superstitious, just a little stitious. But when it's working, it's working. So it actually made me laugh yesterday when Bryson said, I'm going to watch some sort of fun movie. My immediate reaction was, you're watching the same movie that you watched last night. Like, you're doing the same exact things, and you can't tell me otherwise. These guys are crazy, but if it's working, it's not weird.
I'm a little stitious.
Well, you mentioned Rory watching movies, and it was really interesting to see the juxtaposition between Rory's evening and Bryson's evening. I'm curious what your thoughts are on Bryson's mindset going into today.
Bryson is embracing the chaos and the adrenaline, and he's doing it in a way that is maybe part NFL player and part WWE wrestler, right? Like, this man slips into this game day persona, and he has figured out a way to take the chaos and take the pressure and take what the patrons are giving him and use it to his advantage and use it for momentum. That is so special and so rare in our sport. We watch Tiger do it often, right? He would lean into those crowds, and for most golfers, I think they would tell you they try to shy away from that because they don't want to allow the moment to become too big. And Bryson is kind of sitting here saying, the bigger, the better, bring it on. This is what I'm built for. And we talk about covering someone from their rookie year. We've watched Bryson be kind of lost as a person, seemingly figure things out in a different way as a player. This is the most comfortable we've ever seen Bryson in his own skin, and that is resulting in unbelievable results for him.
He's an elite player, and I think he's an elite showman.
Yeah.
And I just think that I haven't seen that energy brought to Augusta to a final round, and I'm just so interested to see if the momentum starts to go his way and he does get those patrons riled up. How does that play out? Does Rory lean into it as well? Yeah. You know, it's so interesting.
It's interesting you said Rory. Is he going to play into that as well? Because I heard him talked about he says he likes momentum, but he also likes to balance it with rationale and logic. So it does seem like he's a little bit more conscious of just constantly bringing himself back down and downplaying how big this moment is.
I think the key for Rory, and he kind of alluded to it yesterday, was not letting the highs be don't get on that roller coaster. I think he feels like if he starts to let himself feel the emotions in the moment, that's when things can get away from him. That's when he can let his mind wander in places he doesn't want it to go, which is what this could mean, what he's close to accomplishing. I think if Rory allows himself to go there, bad things happen, because we've seen that in the past. Whereas Bryson does kind of feel very freewheeling, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but it's easy for Bryson to feel that way. He doesn't have the scar tissue here. He doesn't walk to certain holes and have these terrible memories. He has built his success here in a slow way, kind of under the radar. And I think last year with that opening 65 puts himself in contention. He was very much in the mix come Sunday. The fact that he went on then to win a major that year, he goes on to win the U.S. Open, you can reframe that first major, then it wasn't a failure. It was a building block to what was next, and I think that's very meaningful.
I had to throw that 2011 appearance just right out the window. I couldn't, because when he came back and won that U.S. Open right after, it's just, he figured it out. Like
Figured it out.
That's in the past.
Yep.
We shouldn't be talking about that anymore.
That's right.
I want to talk about something, though. They are going with some historical pin locations, and there's going to be a change on the course, and that's on hole 16. And this is paying homage to Jack Nicklaus, the 50th anniversary of him getting his 5th green jacket. And that is a back right hole location on 16. Very, very historic location. A great way to pay tribute to one of the Masters' great champions. What do you think about that?
Nobody does it like Augusta National, right? And what an amazing homage to one of the greats. You can't come to Augusta National without talking about Jack Nicklaus. And, you know, we had the honor of seeing him as one of the starters earlier in this week. He and Barbara, it's like, I cry every time I see them walk together to the first tee to hit that ceremonial tee shot. Man, this is going to be a really special day. Imagine if somebody's able to replicate that moment. And those are crazy things that don't happen in any other sport, but it wouldn't surprise anyone if we see a similar moment like that today.
And my last question that I want to ask you is, what does it mean? I know you get a lot of access across sport, you know, but what does it mean to be able to wake up every morning this week and come to Augusta National Golf Club to be a part of this Masters experience?
Yeah, it's okay, I'm going to use a Glennon Doyle term, skited. I'm skited every day. I'm scared and excited. I'm so excited because, holy cow, we get to work the Masters, right? So few people ever get that privilege, but with that comes this great responsibility of wanting to, is that a bug that just flew right in my, okay, there we go. We're in nature here in Augusta, Georgia. Everyone is so excited to be here.
Everyone loves Amanda, even the bugs.
Thanks, Hal. It's because you feel like it's such an honor and a privilege to be a part of the CBS broadcast team, especially here. You want to be great. You want to be as prepared as possible. And so Hally knows me better than almost anybody. I'm not a morning person, but I have not slept in past 6 a.m. at all this week. Way before my alarm, and it's just, yeah, I mean, the adrenaline's going for all of us, right? Like, we can't wait to see what's happening. And this is really a storybook Sunday for all of us. If you would have asked most of the media, what do you hope this Sunday looks like? I mean, we maybe wish Ludwig and Scotty were a little bit closer, but for this to be the final pairing, let's go.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
That's true. Amanda, last question for you. I know you're going to have a bit of a late evening. What kind of pizza do you want me to order? Because I'll have it for you.
See, we love the Gal's House.
The Gal's House is where it's at.
Oh, gosh.
I don't feel left out at all.
Roger, you're invited. You're invited. You're a great hang.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this might be polarizing, but green peppers and mushroom is my go-to pizza order.
Okay. Sounds good. That's perfect.
Roger's judging me. That's fine.
I like it. I'll go halvesies with you on that one.
Okay, thank you. That is what I would love.
Perfect.
Yes.
All
And
right.
a couple azaleas.
Okay, I'll have one.
I'll be ready. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Amanda, so much for joining us and starting your Sunday with us at Mornings at the Masters.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So happy, and we can't wait to watch you later on the broadcast.
Love you. Thank you.
Love ya. All right, well, we have been running around the course all week to take you inside the Patron experience. Excuse me, we've been walking quickly, not running. And when we did that, we had to get on the phone to call a very special friend for a very special favor.
Hey.
What's up?
Who you calling right now, man?
Calling my mom.
Calling your mom?
Yeah, apparently they don't take cash up here.
Okay, who are we calling today?
I'm calling my mom because I haven't been on a payphone in forever.
Okay,
and this one seems clean.
I'm trying to call my wife, my dad, just tell them I'm here. Yeah. I made it.
I'm talking to my brother Todd.
Okay.
And he's wishing me a happy birthday.
Oh my gosh.
It's my 65th birthday here at Augusta.
Wow.
First time here.
Wow.
Soaking it all in.
I was talking to my wife.
Sorry, man.
No, we're good.
What's the conversation about?
My daughter, who is a year old and 1 week, just broke another tooth through her gum. So we're talking about a new tooth.
You know what, Hally? We need to call somebody.
I agree, but who do we need to call?
I know just a guy.
My favorite song in the world. It plays on my mind like a song. Hello, friends.
Hey, Jim.
What's going on?
Oh, No, not much. Just another beautiful day at Augusta National.
Anything I can do for you? I mean, there's a lot going on, but I want to close the deal.
Hey, Jim, I know you have a busy week ahead of you, and I hate to be the one to ask for favors, but we heard that you had keys to Butler Cabin, and we were just wondering if we could maybe meet you there.
The Butler Cabin, you guys want access to the cabin?
Yes, that is what we're asking for, sir.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Okay, all right, Jim. You have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Mornings at the Masters, presented by Delta Airlines. One of the great traditions of what the Masters is what to wear. And we saw some great outfits this week. Time now for our Sunday's Best, where we look at some of the best things we saw from patrons.
Absolutely loving this bucket hat. I wonder if she crocheted that herself. Some sequins. Love a sequin moment.
This might be a sequins 25.
Oh, yeah.
He looks very cozy.
He does. He's going to maybe want to take that off when it gets a little warm. Ooh, straw fedora.
It's nice. With the tie, the glass. You look like Superman.
Honestly, another
elderly
nice
Superman.
Look at that beard.
I love the sweater, but the beard stole the show right there.
Oh, the knickers?
Put me in the time machine.
Look at that. I mean, who knows even what year that's from? Another sequin sweater.
He was looking so intensely at the camera.
Yeah, he was. He knew he was being put. Oh, another cool throwback moment.
I love that.
Throwing
that guy. Hang out with
very cool. Oh,
Major flex.
Major flex. How many Masters have you been to? A lot.
I haven't been collecting my badges.
And you know, Roger, Masters fits don't have to just be at Augusta. I hope you guys are dressing up at home for the final round. But here is what Matt Duchesne was wearing, arriving for his game last night. Swag.
Dallas Stars. That is a clean look. I don't think I've seen any past champions go with the green jacket, green pants. And I wonder if there's any rules against that, because it just seems like, hey, I'm assuming that you have some extra fabric. Why don't we just
you want a whole
seal
fit?
the deal? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's nice to have the juxtaposition because it makes the jacket pop more. If not, it's just like, is that a green suit? You know, I just think it's green jacket. It's about the green jacket. Too much green.
Look like a piece of broccoli.
Yeah, exactly. Green bean. No, you got to go just green jacket with really anything on the bottom goes with the green jacket. That's the whole thing, you know?
Understood.
So,
I'll trust your fashion sense.
Time for a fantasy update. Let's check in to see where we're at, Raj.
All right.
Okay, here I am, doing pretty well so far. My guys, Bryson, that was a good pick. That was a really good one. I love that.
That was. I mean, you shown up. Wyndham Clark, though.
I'm in 19th right now.
Wyndham Clark. Okay, and I believe that I'm in 21st.
Oh, wow, it's tight. Okay, so we'll see. We'll have to check in again, but in a group chat later with our producers, and, you know, see how we're doing.
I did. My only sore spot this week was that John Rahm pick, and I just can't believe that I wouldn't put Scotty Scheffler on my leaderboard. And I fell in love with my emotions.
Yeah, I mean,
let them get the best of me.
Yeah.
Like I said yesterday, kids, if you're at home, it is okay to do the same thing that everybody else is doing when it is right. When it is right. All right, we've been listening to the chat. Let's check on some of your comments and what you want us to weigh in on, and a couple questions about this. Does Corey Connors and Patrick Reed have a chance?
I'm going to say Corey Connors, no, because he's just been so steady throughout the week. I think it was there's a round of 68, 70, and I'm blanking on what the last one was, but just very steady Eddie, and I don't think steady Eddie is going to get it done.
Yeah,
Captain America, on the other hand, maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
No. I think that this is a match play. I think this is, we might as well be watching a Ryder Cup singles match or something right now, because I really just think it's coming down between the big dogs. I do think that there's opportunities for players to jump in there and maybe push to, finish solo third. And barring nothing catastrophic happening at the top of the leaderboard, maybe there's an outside chance for a second, but I really just think we're looking at a clash of the Titans right now. And so I will entertain, some of those things, but let's keep the main thing as far as it pertains to this leaderboard. That's my take.
All right, well, everybody in the chat seems to agree with us.
They do?
Rory Bryson.
They haven't been on my side all week. It's good to see you all finally come around. Thank you, chat. I was feeling a little bit unloved by you all throughout the week.
Everyone loves Roger. You know.
I don't know about that. We've had the best week having our coffee with you this morning. Let's take a look back at all the fun we've had on Mornings at the Masters, presented by Delta Airlines.
We are so excited to welcome you to Mornings at the Masters.
I really feel like this is a holiday, and I really believe in the power of this tournament to bring people together.
Well said. Happy Masters Week,
Happy
Roger.
Masters Week.
First thing I thought about this morning, honestly, was just coffee. Because coffee tastes better out of a Masters mug.
Don't forget the seasoning.
Not only did you look like a baby deer walking around that kitchen, I don't think you seasoned that enough.
And the corner's that way.
Exactly.
I think it's...
You know what? Let's just leave this to the pros.
We should.
You'll find it. Does a hole-in-one on a par 3 course count?
1, 2, 3.
No.
Yes.
You haven't touched yet on the fact that I still have 20 of your dollars in my pocket of our latest golf match.
It seems that our friend David Wright has forgotten whose show this is.
This is as good as it gets. It does not get any better than this.
Okay, we're gonna eat on live television.
Yeah.
Okay,
of course.
what
I'll
could
take a
go
bite
wrong?
too. It's totally fine.
I don't feel left out at all, people.
Sorry, Roger.
I don't feel left out
You
at
want to
all.
bite the other side?
It's fine.
We can
It's
share
fine.
a sandwich.
Can you get back to normal life? How many sandwiches are we having next week? Are you going no carb diet?
Salads.
I broke 80 once, and I'm still on my high horse for that, even though it happened like a little minute ago.
Is there a good equivalent in golf of hitting a home run?
Yeah, crushing that 330-yard drive.
Okay.
Is golf harder than baseball?
No doubt.
So what made you guys want to place your chairs here on 16?
Oh, these aren't our chairs. Do you need to sit?
No. You guys are allowed to sit here. No, that's totally a fine thing. Tony, how special is it to be able to do this with your family?
This is the best. I mean, this is my favorite day of the week.
I'm showing some lefty love to Hally back here, Matt McCarty.
He's trying to find joy on the golf course. And I think if he can do that, I think his game is there. I think he's going to do it.
I would much rather have a 4-shot lead than to be the underdog and be chasing the lead. Are you kidding me?
I've never won a major. I don't even know why I'm getting so.
Roger, I was like, and what experience are you pulling from?
These power walking techniques are advanced. To move so fast and not run is an art that I am not that good at.
3, 2, 1.
What a week, Roger.
It's been fun.
Oh, it's been so fun. I mean, an incredible opportunity. I just also want to give a big shout out to the whole team, like everybody behind the camera in the production room. Like, this has been so much fun. You see Roger and I, but everybody has put so much work in, and so it's just been a really, really amazing opportunity. And so thank you guys all for watching and engaging with us. This has just been really the most amazing, amazing week.
It has been. It has been.
Roger's been fun. So much fun. All right, well, you guys can watch all day the Masters tournament. It is Sunday. My group and featured groups, 10 a.m. on Masters.com and the app. Awesome. Masters on the Range, awesome. 10 a.m. on Masters.com, the app, and CBS Sports Network.
Okay. Also, Masters on the Range, CBS Sports Network, and of course, final round broadcast, 12 Eastern on Masters.com, the app, Paramount Plus, 2 Eastern on Masters.com, the app, and CBS. All right, time now for our Moving Day Climbers presented by Delta Airlines. Keep climbing, and these guys want to keep climbing the leaderboard. Let's take a look at these.
All right, we got Rory, we got Bryson, the guys in that final pairing.
And we also got Zach Johnson here, and I just want to call this out. If you went and looked at his round, he averaged like 280 yards off of the tee and still managed to shoot a 66 yesterday. And I just want to say how impressive that is, but also that bodes well for a few people that are back at 6 and 5 under, because there is a low number out there. If you can hit the ball close enough, distance, can kind of be equalized if the approaches are going where they need to go and you're rolling it pretty good. So I really like that call out for Zach Johnson, because I think that somebody like Shane Lowry or somebody that's feeling fiery might be able to do something special on this final round.
Okay, maybe even Ludwig. Ludwig needs a Zach Johnson round to get in the mix, that's for sure.
A Zach Johnson round, we want that. All right, it's time to complete our Masters class. Let's see, Hally, who are you giving your final seat of the Mornings at the Masters show to?
Okay, I am giving my final seat to Rory McIlroy. Now this is not a jinx. I'm so impressed. This has actually nothing to do with the winning or losing today. For me, it's about how he's handled himself this week, getting into this position, just again focusing on his on his plan that he's had with Dr. Bob Rotella, and as the media's questioned him and asked him about, is this a rematch? Do you want redemption, 11 years, etc.? He's just constantly saying, I have a short memory, I have a short memory, I'm staying in my own little world. And I just think that's so impressive. So as much as, for the last 3 rounds, he is getting my master's class, and we'll see how today goes. I'm wishing him the best of luck.
I think we all are.
All right, Roger, now your turn.
And for me, this one is very special. I'm giving my master's class to everybody that is still here watching what we're doing right now. You know, this is to all of you, to everybody that's been in the chat, to everybody that's been leaving positive feedback, to everybody who's voted on a poll, to everybody who's shared this on social, use hashtag MATM. I just thank you so much, because this has been the best experience that I've ever had, and it wouldn't have been possible, and it may not be possible if you all weren't tuning in with us. So thank you so much. You all get the final seat in this master's class.
I love it. All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. We hope you have the most fantastic final round Sunday at the Masters. It's going to be, as Bryson said yesterday, an electric atmosphere.
Electric.
I cannot wait. Enjoy the final round, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. Mornings at the Masters. We'll see you next time.
I miss you.
When you think about it,
Are you coming home?
I'll be there when you wake up.
half the trips the world takes are trips home.
I'll call you soon, Dad.
It's the feeling we all eventually long to get back to. No matter what took us away to begin with, we know, because at Delta we're travelers, just like you, which is why we try to make you feel at home long before you even get there.